Cool. So yeah, so thank you for answering this question. So we're going to start with the task part of the session. So what I'm going to give you like a task that I want you to do on these two apps. So for the purpose of the test, I just want you to assume the following. So you live in London. Well, you do live in London, and you're planning a getaway in the sun to get away in October time. And you think Alicante, Spain, would be the best place for you since it's still relatively warm that time of year. So October half term runs from the 26th of October to the 30th of October. So you think that's a good time to go away. And your first choice to fly is a Saturday, the day after half-term breaks, but you're not too constrained by dates. So you can fly it the Saturday or the Monday, whenever. So what I want you to do is to book a flight and kind of go through the, how you'd usually book a flight and go as far as the process without submitting any card details. So if you can book a flight from London Gatwick to Alicante, Spain, again departing on Saturday the 26th or later, and it's for 4 nights for 2 people.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that clear, or do you?
Yeah. So 26th of October is the Saturday.
Yes, it's a Saturday. Yeah.
Saturday. And give or take.
Yeah, a few days. Yeah. So you're not constrained by dates, but it'll be 4 nights for 2 people.
Okay.
Both of you can manage with a cabin bag, so you don't need to book extra luggage. So just kind of keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
And so so let me give you the device. So if you could start with the looking at Ryanair.
Mm-hmm.
So if you open up the device, the app.
Yeah. So going to home, and then to book the flight to Alicante, right?
So if you just slow down a bit. So what did you see? You go back a second.
Sorry. Yeah.
No worries. So what did you see on this homepage? What are you looking for immediately?
An option to book a flight, and it's in bright yellow, so that's helpful.
Is that quite clear to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
Yep. So I'm booking a flight, and
was there anything? Was there anything like you found interesting or distracting on the homepage?
Yeah, I don't want to say distracted because it is. Oh, actually, there was that red banner. I guess that caught my eye, but I just didn't really paying attention to it. But a part of it is kind of like it's a lot of advertisement.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a lot of advertisement, especially the colours especially the colours with the yellow, and then you've got the Spain, and you've got this, and you've got that. So
how does that make you feel? Does that interest you, or?
For me, I think it's a bit much, especially maybe it's a bit distracting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If you go, so what would you do next now you're in the home?
So yeah, then because I can see that I can book a flight here, I'll just click that button.
Yep, so you click that for me. Okay, so now what are you looking for on this page?
I'm looking for just where I can type in where I'm flying from and where I want to go to, and what time, what dates, and number of passengers is quite clear actually. On the screen I can see that London Gatwick is already filled in. So all I need to do is just fill in Alicante, which is what I'll do.
Yep.
So if I do Alicante, Spain.
And I noticed you typed it in. Was there a reason why you typed it in rather than scroll?
Rather than scroll? I didn't realise there's an option. I think mainly because it's just faster.
Okay.
Just type it in.
No, that's fine. Then what button would you click on next?
So then fly out date, the date I want to fly out, which is the 26th of October, so I can just select that. And then scrolling, I just find my date and can select it there. And I guess, select your dates. Okay, so that's the outbound. Yeah, see, now it's not a bit. See, this is where I find it a bit difficult. So like when you're, when you have to select dates, and sometimes you have to select the range of dates. Because I've clicked the fly out section. I wasn't expecting it to be one, like I have to select the fly out and the come back. the fly-in section. Does that make sense?
Oh, at the same time.
Yeah. So it's
Okay.
more a case of just kind of, I would have expected that. Okay, I've selected my thingy, press OK, and then I want to select my inbound, and then I would select the date that I want, and then rather 2 stages rather than the one.
Oh,
Do you know what I
okay.
mean?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so if you select your inbound, you'd expect to go back to the and
Exactly.
then go back to
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting to know.
Yeah.
So I guess what would you do now?
So it's 4 nights, right?
Mhm.
So it's 1, 2, 3. Hopefully it's the 30th,
Mhm.
and then yeah. So let's go.
Yeah.
It's quite clear. And then the number of passengers,
Mhm.
I can select as 2. So I can just press plus. Yeah, it's quite clear as well.
What you look at? Okay. And on this page, like does anything stand out to you or?
No, it's quite plain to be fair. I mean, it tells you exactly what ages you're talking about. You can gauge who, you can quite clearly see what it relates to and who it relates to. So you don't have to try and figure out what's an adult, what's a teen,
So you find these age descriptions useful?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yep.
Confirm, and then.
So what would you like? What do you expect to see on the next screen?
On the next screen, I would expect to see maybe details on luggage, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. So. Yeah, and also actually, yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, go on.
Sure.
Yeah, maybe a bit. Let's go. Okay, so
what do you see on this screen?
So I see a list from the 26th of October. Is that a Monday? Or is it Saturday?
Oh yeah, sorry, the 26th is a Monday. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, so I see a list of dates up the top, just telling me what the prices are for my outbound flight, if I was to pick them. It gives me the option, and I guess I'm quite flexible, so I can choose the cheapest because yeah, and it tells me quite clearly here, just where it says value fare, yeah, how much it would be per person. Actually, I don't know, but yeah. So then I can just, I guess, select what I want.
So what do you see now on the screen?
So I see options for my luggage. So whether it's just a cabin or whether it's checked luggage, or even bigger luggage or flexibility. So yeah, and it would just tell me whatever one I've selected, just tell me the total at the bottom. So yeah.
And what do you think about the descriptions here?
Not gonna lie, it's a lot of writing, but I think in terms of content, yeah, I like the little description, to be fair, in the sense of, because sometimes actually when I was going to Nigeria, that was one of the things that I had to, for Virgin, we had to, because they had recently changed the what the word is, in the sense of like how much luggage people can take to Nigeria. So
baggage allowance.
that's it. Yeah. So it wasn't really specified when I was booking the flight. It was more I had to do my research, quite a bit of research before, to figure out, but then here it's kind of just, it's quite explanatory. Like, okay, this is what one small bag means if it fits under a seat. I guess measurements would have been helpful, because I guess, yeah, but then this is quite helpful. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it's quite clear enough to know what you want to book.
Yeah.
Okay. And is there any other kind of descriptions on here that are interest of you or anything else?
I mean, it's quite upfront, tells you the price. It's not hiding anything, I don't think. It gives you the little fare options explained.
How do you find these descriptions? Is that useful to you, or?
Yeah, they're quite. Yeah, they're quite. Yeah, it's quite. Oh, there you go. See, small bag and it tells you the measurements. Yeah, I think it's quite self-explanatory. Yeah.
And what do you think of the icons and the
Yeah, See blue and yellows, I think. I think it's quite. Yeah, I mean, it relates to what they're talking about. Really, it's not. Yeah, it's not out there. So yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's great. So what would you? What I guess where would you go next? What would you choose?
I'll just select the flight I want, $32.99, let's say. Because I know that baggage is not really a thing, and then it's
Is a
calculated.
small bag enough? Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I thought you can only do a cabin, right? You don't really need the bag.
Check. Yeah, you don't need a check bag.
Cool. Oh, so this one.
Then what would you click on it?
And then I can just click continue because I see it's calculated both of them, which is great. And continue. Okay. And then at the top, I see it's telling me from Alicante back to London Gatwick. And it's telling me again the prices of how much it would be to come back, give or take, whatever days I want to come back. And if I want to spend 4 nights, let's say come back on the 30th of October. And then, yeah, telling me to be quick because there's only 2 left at this fare.
Do you find that useful to know that when you're booking if there's only a few seats left?
I think so. I mean, it helps to understand the urgency.
Yeah.
Because I'm paying £166. But yeah, I think it does actually. And I like that, telling me the flight time as well, just the 2 hours. Yeah.
Yep.
And then it's already selected my regular, I guess.
What are you looking for in this page?
In this page, I mean, I guess I'm looking for the same thing, but then trying to understand why it's already selected for me. But then at the top, I see it says same fare must be selected for both flights.
Okay. Does that make sense to you, or
not really? Because if I wanted to just priority for I wanted to go on luxury on the way there, but I can't afford luxury on the way back. Like, why should I be forced?
Okay.
Yeah. So that yeah, and so yeah, it's quite simple.
So you like flexibility to be able to change, like travel back in with different
in a
different ways.
Yeah, because they're 2 separate flights. So yeah.
Okay. So what would you do next?
And I'll just go to continue.
Yep. And what do you see on this page? So
now it's the option to fill in the details of both people going on this flight, well, this trip, and
you just put in Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Okay. Yeah. First name Sam Smith. Do you find it easy to fill in the details on the screen? To be honest, like when you select, sometimes when you're in an app and you select a line and then the screen almost locks, and then you can see everything. But this one, it's like you have to scroll, and then click like that, and then I don't know to show you. So you hold on. So if you select it here, and then no, maybe I've just misunderstood it. Don't worry, I didn't realize that. It's fine. So yeah, it's a good thing in the sense of like when you click it, it locks. Okay. I didn't realize it did do that, and then you type it, and then yeah, but it's fine. Yeah, I guess like if you had pressed next, yeah, it allows you to go to the next one. Ah, okay. That's cool. Is that what you were expecting? No, I wasn't expecting that. I was just thinking that I had to just scroll and then press, but if you press next, it goes to the next field. Yeah. Okay. You find it helpful then? Yeah, just quicker to just fill everything in. Yeah. Okay. And is there any other I guess passenger information that you'd expect to have to fill in at this stage? Passenger information. No, because I think when you're booking a flight, I mean, the name is the most important thing, and then you've got your passport details in that. Is that something you'd expect the passport details to see that here, or you could do that after? No, after. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because it's just kind of booking the flight, and then you can fill those details afterwards. Okay. Because that means you have to have your passport right there with the booking, which is, yeah, especially if you're booking somewhere you don't know. But yeah. Yeah. Okay. If you click continue.
So what do you see happening here?
Just telling me that it's still loading. And now I can choose my seat.
So what do you think of this page?
Yeah, this information. I think I selected a regular. No, the first one was value, and the other one, no, it was regular. So selected a regular ticket. So it just gives me information that yeah, it's free, standard seat, which things being free is always great. So yeah, so now I can click it, and then I can click it, and then I can just select my seats. So yeah, it's telling me here the prices. The yellow ones are £7 from £7, and then the different icons are telling me that it's going to cost me a bit more. So it's kind of clear. The grayed out ones telling me they're not available. And yeah, so standard. Okay, these ones are £3, and then yeah, I can just select.
So why did you click? Why did you choose those seats?
Oh, it's free.
Oh, okay. Was it clear that it was free or that it was included?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, so right here, just right here, it says standard included, and then we've got the standard £3. Okay. Yeah, so I can and then and it's good because I can choose who wants to sit there.
Okay.
So yeah, the window, the aisle. Yeah.
So what would you do next?
Yes.
What are you expecting to see?
Yeah, just another button to allow me to go to finish. What yeah.
So what do you think of this pop-up thing?
It's helpful because maybe there's a reason why this person wants to sit in aisle or the middle, because I know like when I was going to Nigeria, it's a family member who always wants to sit near the window. So yeah, that kind of helps to just kind of to keep the process moving rather than trying to locate a seat and stuff. And it's together as well, which is good. Okay. So, yeah.
So what will you do next?
Just say yes, please. Although to be fair, I'm like, oh, do I have to pay for this seat? Do I have to pay for those seats? But I'm just gonna go back. Okay, yeah.
Is there anything that made you think you may need to pay extra for the same seat?
Yeah, because it wasn't specified.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't know whether it would have been the same arrangement coming back. But I consider it 2 different flights, even though it's a round trip. You know what I mean? They're 2 different flights. Yeah. Yeah, and then.
So what are you looking for here?
A last minute opportunity to see if we need to check in. Advertisement. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I just feel like I've already made my decision, man. I don't want to, but yeah. So yeah, last opportunity to kind of see if we do need check baggage. And, yeah.
Do you think this would be a helpful reminder, or it's more of a nuisance?
I think it's. I don't know. For me personally, I just feel like, you only have, when you're booking a flight, you only have a certain amount of time anyway, especially when they're saying there are only 2 seats left or only whatever. And I feel like you would have made up your mind and been like, okay, yeah, I don't need any checked baggage. But then I don't want to use the word nuisance, maybe it's a bit of a strong word, but I feel like I don't need this. Like, I just want to book a flight and then carry on.
Okay.
So yeah.
Then what would you click on next?
And then I'll just go to continue.
And then what do you see now on this page?
Yep, so I see the summary details, the flight that I booked, and going and coming back, and then information about transfers. So helpful information that maybe I would have forgotten in terms of insurance and transfers and stuff like that. So you can scroll around here, and okay, yeah, so it's all summarized here, and then you've got your breakdown here. Getting around.
Is that helpful to you?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, that's quite helpful. And then seeing if I need it on there. But yeah.
Okay. And Just out of interest, what type of options tend to be of interest to you, like if you're traveling?
For me, maybe just helpful reminders would be. Oopsie, sorry, I just put that. It would be like insurance. It would be. I guess you know what, I think it maybe depends on like where I'm going to and stuff. So like for example, if you go to America, you need an ESTA, right? And it'd be nice like if you had like a link here because that's quite helpful. You need that to get into the country. So maybe stuff like that, something quite helpful.
Okay.
Rental cost transfers definitely as well, actually. Yeah, but yeah.
Okay. So what would you do next?
So just scrolling through gadget insurance. Yeah,
Will that make sense to you?
yeah. You said I've got gadget insurance included. Yeah, so just check very quickly, and then I don't really need anything else, so I'll just press continue. And then I haven't signed in. Okay, so
what do you? I mean, we can stop there because you don't need to enter in your details. But what do you think of? So if you hadn't had an account and you needed to sign up or log in before paying, what do you think about this?
No. I like to be able to. I really appreciate websites where you can just continue as a guest.
Okay.
You don't have to do. You don't have to almost commit to something first, and then you know what I mean, like, and then book it rather than it's just a flight. Like, what commitment am I making? You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So would you prefer? So if the app wants you to sign up or log in, would you prefer to have seen this in the beginning or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because then I have to. If I don't want to sign up, it's gonna waste some time. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, no, that's helpful. So yeah, so thank you for that one. So overall, how did you find the experience booking the flight on Ryanair?
Altogether, it was quite simple, to be fair. I mean, I feel like the contrast in colors was very helpful. Just where I need to click was quite big. The buttons. I feel like the descriptions were useful. Yeah, just at the end, just helpful reminders in the sense of like when you're traveling there, do you need any transfers and stuff like that. And the flexibility to book as I need to. Yeah, and the upfront prices, I feel like I wouldn't know, but I feel like nothing was really hidden. So yeah.
Okay. Was there anything that you particularly disliked about the app?
I guess the only thing that kind of like the whole even though they were helpful reminders, like we were talking about in the sense of the cabin bags after I had already selected that I didn't want it, kind of thing. But then also this login, the page at the end is a bit like okay. I know. I mean, it says you will need to sign up or log in to continue your booking and enjoy. You will need to. Sorry, just like why?
You don't like to be forced.
Yeah, it's not. Is it by force? Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. And was there anything that you expected to see but didn't see?
No, not really, because all the flight details, the time, the price, just because you want, you're booking a flight, and yeah, I know. To be honest, like a flight it can be a lot of money. It can be, and you want to make sure that everything is correct because it can be quite difficult to rectify. But I feel like the most. I mean, to be honest, you're almost at the mercy of the app anyway. So like the information I guess the information that they're asking you for is what is required. You don't need to do anything more. So yes, I think it's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you. No, that's helpful. So so I want you to do the same again, but this time on the EasyJet app. So if you close that screen.
Okay.
And if you open up this EasyJet app. So again, same date, same place. So firstly on this homepage, what do you see here?
A lot of bright orange. Yeah, a lot of orange. And
how does that kind of make you feel? Is it
it's really I don't know. I don't like the color orange, to be honest, personally. So
Okay,
it's a
in
bit,
general.
yeah. So I
Okay.
think it's just, it's a bit, maybe it's a, I don't know, like, yeah, I think it's a bit much, to be fair. Like, yeah, I think it's a bit much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you find interesting or distracting on this page?
I think, on this page, I can't remember if it was the same actually on EasyJet. Maybe I didn't look at it. But this, on Ryanair, sorry, on Ryanair. But I think this one is quite helpful, like right now, because I feel like, if you don't, it helps you to just think about the essentials already, to just see what would you need car rental, would you need, insurance, gets you thinking about that before. So yeah, I think, yeah.
So no, that's helpful. So so if you want to go book a flight, where would you go? What are you looking for?
I'm looking for, to be honest, I'm looking for like a button that says that I can book a flight. You see at the bottom.
Which button do you think it is?
Book.
What makes you think it's that? I think you'll be booking a flight if you click on that button.
I guess, I don't know. I guess maybe because it's book, and I'm thinking trips maybe. What you've already booked. I'm just thinking like past experiences on these are websites and stuff. And yeah.
Anything about the layout that stands out, or?
I think, can I compare the two of them?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like maybe Ryanair's slightly, Ryanair was better because it was right there in your face in bright yellow. That's what I wanted to do, especially if you haven't got time, it's just kind of like, I just want to get this done, and then, but this is kind of like, okay, yeah, I mean, it's a minor thing because, well, yeah, I think, yeah, but then I guess like here at the beginning, just, I guess before, it depends what you're doing, isn't it? Because if you've already made up your mind to book a flight, you know where you're going and stuff, you got all your information, then, book Ryanair, book a flight, do this. But here, it's a more, maybe a relaxed approach, because it's like, how can we help? All the essentials, kind of think about it, your food, and then you get to the bottom, and then you can book your flight, Whereas Ryanair was kind of like, book your flight right in the middle, So yeah.
So you think it depends on what you want to do and how quick you want to do it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So what would you do next?
So I'll click book.
So so then on this screen, so what do you see here, and what are you looking for?
So I see just the option to do a return flight or one way, which is actually not what I saw on Ryanair. I think the London Gatwick and the Alicante was there, but then it was kind of like, I think maybe on the right hand side there's like an arrow to say like it was a return, but then here it's quite clear, like
obvious.
On the top saying return or one way. Okay. So I have the option to select my airport, and then I would normally just type in where I want to go from, which is Gatwick, and then where I want to fly to. I'll type in search bar, just
And any reason in particular why you prefer to type than scroll? Or?
Scrolling takes a long time. I feel like typing is just a bit faster.
Okay.
And then, yeah. And then, departing. I'll select where I want to depart from, and then it's 26th of October. Yeah, so this is much clearer. So okay, now I'm like, even though I would have expected again 2 stages, now I see why. Like, it's clearer that there's just one stage, because it's saying departing and your returning date, Okay. Whereas the other one, it was just kind of like, I would have just been like, select, and then I don't know what's happening yet.
Okay. So you feel like this helps. This is a bit clearer which one you're booking at the right, like which flight, which date you're selecting at the.
Yeah. Especially if, like, for example, if I'd missed that it was a return on the top, then I would have been able to see. Oh yeah, because if I I would have been able to see that. Oh no, So if I select 5-day trip.
That's fine.
Oh, okay. So.
Do you find that useful that it tells you how long the trip will be.
Definitely. Yeah, I find that really helpful. Just because, yeah, especially like, depending on what, why you're going and stuff like that, and money and stuff like that, like, yeah, it's quite helpful to just know just how many days. Yeah, especially if you especially I know this is just a local trip in the sense of Spain, but you go to countries where you cross time zones to know like what they consider 4 days and what they consider 5 days, because then it helps to book other things like hotels and stuff like that. Yeah. So,
and then where would you go to next?
So then I would go and increase this to 2 for the 2 adults, telling us 16 and above, and yeah, no kids.
All those descriptions.
Yeah, I mean, the assumption is that children and infants are below 16. So yeah, it's quite self-explanatory.
Okay, so what would you click on next, and what do you expect to see?
I'll click on just the flights because I'm not looking to book anything else. But I guess holidays will show me like packages.
Okay.
Yeah. So I will click show flights. And
so what do you think? What would you see on this screen? What do you see?
Again, the orange, I'm not gonna lie, it's very out there. Yeah, but notwithstanding that, there's I like the options of the times of the flights. I don't remember seeing that online, and maybe I missed it. I'm not sure, but this is quite clear to just show me going out in capitals. Choose from and then I can scroll what dates I want to press what dates I want to choose.
Do you find it helpful that it's just in like the style of the page and how it's?
Yeah, definitely. And I can just choose whatever flight I want to choose, and it's telling me how much it's going to cost. So right up front, so that will help with my decision as well.
Is there anything else on this screen that helps you to decide which flight you want to pick?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just because I'm quite flexible in my timings. I don't know Saturday, but yeah, it's just telling me what I'm expecting to pay. I guess the cheapest I would expect to pay on that day. So because I'm flexible, I can be like, okay, what I'm willing to pay.
So would you go by just what's the cheapest, or go by what time you want to fly? It just depends.
I guess it depends, but for me, it tends to be it's the cheapest. Yeah, timing's not really good. But yeah.
Okay, so what would you do next?
So I would pick my flight. So maybe pick 10:55.
What do you think of the? No, sorry. What do you think of the banner at the bottom?
This black banner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure whether I could. I read it a tiny bit, but then I wasn't sure whether I could just move it. Because if I click the arrow, then would it change to another page and stuff like that. But
you find it useful or distracting?
It's a bit distracting, to be fair.
Okay.
But I guess book with flexibility, making smooth flights if the plans change. Fair difference in 10 and 5. Okay, that's quite helpful. I guess maybe because it's such a contrast to the orange that it's a bit like it is a bit distracting. Like you don't really. I don't know if I need it, unless I read it. But yeah.
Do you think that information about the flexibility of the flight is useful to you at this stage, while you're selecting the date, or do you think about that?
No, it's helpful. Okay. Yeah, definitely helpful. Yeah. So yeah, and then
so you choose your return now.
Yeah. So then I will choose those. And then
so what do you see on this screen?
Now it's showing me just what a holdback, like what I in terms of like baggage per person. Telling me the weight, which is helpful, and it's just a useful gauge. Just do you need 1, you need 2, and it's telling me the price as well. So everything I feel like is upfront, and there's a little information bar that will tell me just a bit more as in what does it mean to have a hold bag.
Do you understand that the terminology here? What a hold bag or hold luggage is?
Good question. Actually, I think I would have just assumed.
What would you assume it would be?
I guess by the weight, 23 kg. I don't think that's checked luggage. 15 kg. I guess the information would tell me the size.
So do you expect both? Because it. So you mentioned there were two options. Do you expect both of them to be able to be checked in, or what do you understand from?
Actually, it's not. I don't know. Actually, I don't know unless if I read this. Each passenger. Oh, see, all remaining cabin bags will be put into the hold, so it looks like it's checked baggage. Yeah, which is not really clear to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would help to make it clearer? Do you think?
I think maybe not use the word hold. Maybe checked. But I think that's a general term. Yeah.
Anything else that you expect to see on this page, or anything else that's interesting?
I guess the sports equipment is quite helpful. Just depending on what why I'm going. Yeah, helpful to just just tallying up all the prices, which is helpful as well. Just telling you here breakdown, final price. So if I clicked this, 485. Yeah, so it will just tell me exactly how much I'm going to pay, which I really do appreciate. Yeah, so that's finding out the end.
So what would you do next?
Yeah, I'll just check all my information, know that I don't need any of that stuff. Should double check I like the fare breakdown, just to double check what I'm paying for, and price breakdown again.
You find it useful that it shows you that on the screen rather than taking to another screen, or?
No, here's fine. Yeah, here's fine, because I guess don't know how easy it is to go back. Oh, you can just go back like that. But yeah.
Okay, so what would you click on there?
This grey box to put in the passenger details. So then then I'll just type in or just select. I'll just leave it as the name there. And then age at the time of travel.
What do you think about this option?
It's interesting. I guess they'll find out like your passport. But it's kind of helpful though. I don't know, because it's kind of like it's like that whole like time difference thing, is in like once the cutoff, so it's kind of like, yeah, you could be booking 6 months in advance, but you have a birthday and you tip into the adult stage, so you're like, okay, no. So it's quite clear that it's like, oh, I booked it when I was 17, okay, but you turn 18 and you're flying, so there's no like issue there, if you know what I mean. So it's kind of it's quite clear. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. And yeah, it's good that you don't have to specify exactly what age you are. And then just type in the stuff. And then.
So what do you think about the way you enter in the details here? I remember you mentioned something from right in there.
Yeah. So like here. Yeah. So I think with Ryanair, when I select it, it kind of locked on it. So let's say, for example, in Ryanair, I'm like here, and I want, let's say I'm here, but then I want to, let's say I misspelled the name or whatever, and then Ryanair, I know that when you click it, it kind of brings the screen up, and then you can see what you're typing. Whereas here, it's kind of like it's more free, so you just kind of yeah, and yeah, this one is and then so it's quite. It's alright. I mean, it's just minor things, but yeah.
So what would you do next?
So now I would select the age, and then I'll just continue. There's nothing else on the page.
So what are you expecting to see?
Oh. Yeah, I guess. yeah, I guess I don't know. I guess the only thing is the seat selection. Just looked at it and so. But yeah, it's telling me the flight detail, the flight number, telling me the time.
Final with this useful, or like how's it laid out for you?
Yeah, I think I like knowing exactly what like how long. Like even though it's telling me from 10:55 to 2:30, but quick maths. I noticed around there which tell you 2 hours, 10 minutes or something, whatever it is, which I find quite helpful.
Okay.
Just break it down like that, just in the middle. And yeah, so yeah, it's just summarizing the outbound and the inbound, and just allowing me to pick my seat.
So what would you click on first?
So I will click on select seats.
What do you see on this one?
So here is just the map of the plane, and yeah, it's telling me a breakdown of like if I select a seat in this front area, 2649, and then 2249, and 699, and then yeah, so it's telling me the prices of the seats, and also what's allowed. So you got your 1 cabin bag, 2 cabin bags. I wouldn't have thought that. Thought just bring in what you pay for. Yeah. So if you had bought a ticket, but you needed 2 cabin bags, but then you only wanted to pay for a standard seat, what does that mean? Yeah.
Does that seem confusing to you?
A tiny bit, yeah, because it is actually, yeah. Because
you wanted to bring in more bags.
Yeah, but then that means you can only select a certain seat, isn't it? Which costs you £22 rather than £4.99 or whatever. So yeah. But yeah, I guess just I can select per person, and then